Austin, last month you wrote a letter to President Trump projecting that over 25 million Californians would contract the virus in the next 8 weeks. That's more than half of California. Are you expecting to see that sort of widespread outbreak like we're dealing with here in New York? Because you haven't really seen that type of outbreak yet.
No, not as long as we practice physical distancing, social distancing. That assumed we did nothing. That assumed we sat back and, just were victims of fate in the future, and we just were bystanders as opposed to taking responsibility and ownership to do something more and do better. Look, I have the privilege of representing the largest state in our union, the fifth largest economy in the world, 40 million Californians strong, and it's just been an extraordinary thing to see people across every conceivable difference up and down this state that have really stepped up to meet this moment. And if we continue to do that, those numbers will be in our rear view. But if, again, we let down our guard, if we assume, well, we've got this, or we're just doing better than this state or that state, that somehow magically this is going to disappear on its own, we'll be making an historically bad mistake. So we've got to double down, continue to do what we've done, and again, prepare for numbers that are going to significantly increase over the course of the next few weeks, undoubtedly.
So, you've already made the decision to keep California schools closed for the rest of the school year. And Congressman Devin Nunes called that overkill, quote unquote. And he insisted that kids could have gone back to school in 2 weeks or 4 weeks. How do you respond to that, Governor?
Well, I don't want to give him much air. I have not sourced him for advice on pretty much any issue, and I say that as respectfully as I can, but particularly on public health issues. He's made some statements in the past that were not consistent with the advice and counsel that I've gotten from the experts. And so we'll continue to listen to the experts, try to avoid some elected officials that, frankly, may not have the benefit of some of the insight that many of us do here. And when I say here, quite literally where I'm sitting today, it's the Emergency Operations Center at the state of California, 1,000+ people strong, federal government, private sector, local and state government, all coming together, cross-pollinating with ideas and perspectives, constantly iterating, getting new information from around the world, looking at trend lines that are becoming headlines, and anticipating things. And so not everybody has that benefit, and so I'll forgive him that advice, but the schools should be closed. The schools will be closed through the summer, and classroom work will be done through distance learning, and will be done with the extraordinary heroism of mothers and working parents and caregivers that have to substitute for those teachers, and teachers that also have to substitute their own time and attention away from their classrooms, even virtually, to take care of their own kids. Those are the real heroes at this moment.